All right, guys. We're going straight on into it. We've got Rogue up here in the top left side of the map. It's the RSL winners match here in Group B of the round. The opening round, I should say. Onside's MARU in the bottom right side. A Terran versus Zerg for the ages. Now, Rogue. This man, the moment there is a favorable balance change for Zerg and he feels he has an advantage, he becomes unstoppable. He was already looking good before this season and its big changes. But oh my lord, Rogue has been a force to be reckoned with recently. He's been just going through, there's been those GSL CK show matches and other things. He's been just ripping people apart. We've seen Rogue winning match after match, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 against all of the top Terran and Protoss players in Korea. Absolute beast mode right now. We'll see how he does against MARU, as MARU is, of course, one of the best in the game. This map is Necropolis. MARU is going to be going for a Barracks low ground wall off, which I do like to see. This is a map also, the pillar on the natural is all the way over here on the left, so it's a bit harder to say to keep the Overlord alive. Rogue, interestingly, doesn't send the Overlord across the map. He's worried about proxy barracks. So he's actually sent his first Overlord hunting for proxy barracks for safety. And that makes sense because for those who don't know, I've talked about this for many years, Rogue is one of the weakest out of the top 10 players in the world, he might have the weakest reactive micro. When it comes to just like clutch micro-based holds, you think of Raynor, you think of Dark for Zerg, you think of Clem, MARU, Beyond for Terran, you think of Hero for Protoss, just doing crazy things with their micro and not even seeing all-ins coming and then just magically surviving at the last second. Rogue, he wins with strategy. He's very rarely spotting something at the last moment and surviving. In fact, he sometimes even fumbles a little when he's ahead. Now, some people get annoyed when I say, like, that's insulting. How dare you talk down to my goat, my Rogue. But it's true. Rogue wins with his big brain. And that's what I love about watching him. You really see how he sets up for his opponents. He says, MARU's one of the best proxy Rexes in the game. I'm not even going to scout across the map. I'm just going to hunt with my Overlords to proxy barracks because I know that's a strategy I have a very low win rate against. Now, MARU's gone for a delayed gas here. So it's going to be... I like this build for MARU. Command center goes down. And notice he's already got almost 100 gas, so he can still build a factory pretty quickly. I've really been waiting for MARU. And a lot of these Korean players, I feel like, are actually a bit ahead on the build development compared to some of the European players. Especially with the Terrans. I'm not sure about the Zergs and the Protosses, but for the Terran side... I really think the Korean Terrans are just always such good build crafters. They really are very good at coming up with clever build orders. Marine rotating around. The Overlord only now arriving. Rogue has not confirmed anything, but that's kept his Overlord safe from these Marines. Link speed's on the way. So he's taken 100 gas. He's left one worker on gas here. Several's been playing a lot of 2-base Mutalisk. It looks like Rogue just focused on droning up for now. He's building his drones. He's got an Overlord. I think we'll see a third Queen start up any second now. Extra Overlord first of all. It's all just about droning with Ling speed for Rogue so far. Where's he going to put this extra minerals to? Because he's not sent to drone to the third. He's not made a third Queen. He's making 4 more Zerglings. What is this, Rogue? Right now, making a lot of Zerglings off of 26 workers, but seeing that low ground wall off will put a damper on the idea of Ling flooding, because, of course, MARU should be walling this off, but yet he's built the depot on top of the ramp. Is MARU really should build another depot over here? He thinks about it, but he sends the SCV back. Hellion goes forwards. It's going to be 30 Zerglings and a Baneling Nest. Okay, Rogue. He just cancelled something. I don't know if it was a Roach Warren or what. He just cancelled something, and he's made a Baneling Nest. So he's going to go all in with Ling Bane. And you know what? This first Hellion Scout here, it sees no hatchery. Okay, the hatchery goes down, but it's a 4-minute hatchery. I would immediately be thinking 2-base Mutalisk if I was MARU. And such a popular build right now, the 2-base lair. Sometimes you see Roaches with Carapace for several as well. Queen up the front. He's going to run in, and that's going to be a good spot. He sees not many drones, and MARU should know immediately he's got to wall off right now. He's pulled his factory off of the front, and he's not walled of his base. MARU! The greed is just ridiculous. He barely gets the wall off in time with that bunker. But the bunker's on the front. He needs to build another bunker right now. And that barracks has way too much. There was an opening. Guys, the Lings could have just walked in there. They could have just ran in if they clicked into the base. They kill the barracks. They get in either way. MARU with a ridiculously greedy build. Rogue has called him out for that greed. And he's going to get in. If he can get rid of those Marines, it's going to be game over. But great micro for MARU, making this as hard to get on top as possible. But even with the tank building on the high ground, the Banes now can bust the depot, let him inside. eBay block could have gone down. MARU actually could have built an eBay on the high ground and maybe held on there. Rogue was pretty all in. But that's an easy win there for Rogue in game 1. Alright guys, going into the next one. Rogue's in the top left, MARU in the bottom right. And oh my lord, we're on Void Storm. This map looks like it's a Deep Rock Galactic map, guys. Look at this. There's stuff falling down there. There's some weird stuff on the edge of the map. I don't even know what it is. There was big critters flying around. You've got weird equipment over here for some sort of celestial stuff. There's these pink tubes that I don't know if they're bleeding or there's energy flowing out of them or what is going on. And there we go. Look at that. Well, turns out we've got big creatures flying around here on Void Storm as well. Fantastically cool map. I love the aesthetic here. And sounds like there's some weird ambient sound effects as well, which is cool to see. This is, of course, the map that has these little mineral patches all around it. You can see them on the map. And you can actually, you can mine these out. So you see there's a mineral patch here. There's another one down here. And these just kind of create little obstructions, but you can mine these out to try and widen these paths just to make the map a little bit more open, which is, of course, something that Zerg often does enjoy. This time around, MARU will go for the barracks on the high ground. He does not want to get stuck on that low ground. Not right now, because he knows that Rogue could very easily just do another all-in a row. Oh, there it is again. Does this make the sound? That's cool. That's cool, man. He's just doing a loop. He's got the zoomies, okay? I don't know what you call that creature, but I like it. All right, we've got the spawning pool coming up now. So pretty standard opening. Looks like a 16 hatchery, 17 pool there for Rogue. And it's going to be... Oh, whoa, 2 Barracks Reaper, really? 2 Barracks Reaper on 1 base. What is this? MARU bringing out a very different build order. Just off the cuff, I don't like it, but we'll see how it plays out. He could exert a lot of pressure. I think there's more ability to sustain pressure than players really give it credit for because the minerals take longer to mine out. And if you put your opponent into an uncomfortable position, it can be nice. The problem, of course, is going to be Zerg's going to get 2 bases saturated way before you with this sort of aggression. But if you can find some damage, disrupt them enough, and just be really efficient with your units, you will catch up eventually. According to the editor, those units are called Kasai Flyers. Always good to have a map maker in the chat. Is this one of your maps, Avex, or is this someone else's? Who made Void Storm? Very cool. Oh, what is that? Oh, here we go. So here's the Kasai Flyer. If the game doesn't put a sound effect in there, I'll add it. Anyone who's been watching my channel for a while knows about that. Got 2 P45 Gauss pistols and doesn't give a crap. This guy throws a KD8 grenade in the mineral line as well. Reaper's starting to pepper those Zerglings, but Queen's almost out. Really good micro for Rogue so far. Has stayed calm. Zergling does go down. Very nicely done. Second Reaper's about to arrive, but the 2 Queens here. This should be a good enough defense for now. And is it... How many Reapers? He's going to go 5. 5 Reapers. Wow, okay. Rogue better build some more Queens. He's got Ling Speed pretty early, though, so it does feel like Rogue... Quick Ling Speed 2 games in a row. It's going to be closing the window pretty quickly where these Reapers have that huge mobility advantage. And MARU is clicking that Reaper in from a weird angle. Does take a fair bit of extra damage. Reaper's coming forwards. Got to try and pull back that orange hit point Reaper when the fights really escalate. 4th Reaper arriving. 5th one. That's the final Reaper that he'll be building. Any more than that, he knows won't be getting in time. And he actually got a drone there. 1 drone, 1 Zergling. Only down 4 workers so far. Command Center is on the way, and a 3rd one as well. The Reapers. Oh, can he get out, though? Oh, the Reapers almost all got surrounded. I thought MARU was going to get away from that for sure. And then he turns the last Reaper around. All 4 Reapers down. Disaster strikes for MARU. And I thought he was in an okay spot. He's going to get to the high ground right now. What's he doing with these SCVs? MARU, you know Link Speed's about to kick in. MARU, get to the high ground. And now he just needs lava to rise on this map so that Rogue's trapped there. That would be very nice for him. But 3 command centers are finished. He's got 3 barracks here. They're not quite ready yet. A few SCVs will pull just to repair these structures. And of course, that command center will no doubt have to lift off. MARU will need to get up to about 8 Marines before he risks moving onto the ramp, but that should only take about 30 seconds. So, I mean, this sucks for him mining-wise, but third base was massively delayed. On the other hand, Carapace is already on the way, and that's such a big upgrade for Zerg. Will Rogue be able to get a lair early enough to immediately go into +2 Carapace? That remains to be seen. Oh, okay, Reaper pullback, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Okay, let's start it up. Carapace is on the way. We've got 4 more drones as well. Feels like Rogue should be taking a big advantage from this. Maru's going to need to pull out some magic to get back in this one. Units Lost tab shows those 4 Reapers was such a big investment. Giving up full map control like that, the creep is going to have free reign. It's a really good spot here for the Zerg, who is no doubt enjoying all of this native flora and fauna on this map. It's kind of like a psychedelic Zerg sort of theme to this map. Baneling Nest on the way, so it's going to be a Ling Bane style. I do wonder, with only 2 gases, it feels like Rogue should be taking, yeah, a quick 4th and maybe even a quick 5th base and just swarming with Ling Bane. I've also seen Zergs much more willing to play Baneling speed timings on this patch, which has been really, really cool. Depot's building. Engineering Bay in the natural as well. 3 barracks, a factory, and a starport coming up. There's a 10-worker advantage for Rogue, but with 3 mules dropping, you can see whenever the mules are mining, the income looks very similar. Sometimes it'll even pop ahead for MARU, just based on when those mules are actually returning those trips. As you can see right there. Popped ahead just for a second, but Rogue, once that 4th base unlocks, is going to be looking really good. Second Evo's coming in. First Evo finishes Carapace, and like I said, how early does he start +2? Because if he starts that almost immediately, he needs 225. Actually, how much gas do you need now for +2? Used to be 225. I don't even know how much it costs now. He starts it though. Doesn't quite have the gas for melee just yet. Marines are moving out front. +1 armor comes in for Beyond. Of course, his +1 attack is already miles ahead. His 3rd command center is landing. He's down 20 workers. Did I just say Beyond? I've been casting a lot of Beyond today. This is not Beyond, guys. This is Beyond's. Some would say his daddy. MARU is the guy with more accolades to his name. But back in the day, I think Beyond was the guy who was the more experienced player on their team back in the 2010s. Taught MARU a lot of stuff when MARU was just a young gun. Teammates for many years, good friends for many years. MARU comes in, gets some creep. Nice hot pickup there. Rotates around. This creep is so far out though. But there's only 6 queens on the map. Every queen snipe is valuable. Overseer's quite valuable as well. 150 minerals and 50 gas. It's a good pressure. Second factory goes down on the front. 2 reactors coming up. That's going to be 4th and 5th barracks fully producing. And no doubt a 4th command center will go down any moment now. Changeling comes forward. MARU immediately spots it, shuts down Rogue's vision, but Rogue's got a 4th base up and fully mining. 5th base on the way. I do think Rogue should be progressing, and it looks like Hydra Den is his choice. He's gone 6 gas. He's going to get Groove Spine, start to mix some Hydras in. Hydras aren't my favorite on the new patch, but I think this is one of the better maps for them, Void Storm. It's just kind of like a spread out, rather large map. Not that much dead space for Mutalisks necessarily. I mean, there's a fair bit actually in behind the main, but other than that, there's not a crazy amount. 13 Hydras, 16 Hydras. Wow, Rogue on 80 workers. He's feeling rich. And it's all on MARU to find efficiency in this game. I do think MARU can out-multitask Rogue potentially, especially since his shoulder injury's been mostly recovered of late. Marine Mine coming in the south side. We've got that 4th command center building behind it. MARU trying to exert pressure on 2 fronts at once. Let out a few Marines on the north, and there's plenty of Banes and Zerglings there. Widowmine fires on a handful of these boys. These Widowmines, hey, well worth trading a Widowmine for a Hydra. Whoa, look at that! Oh my god, I didn't realize we were in a 0G environment, guys. Or at least very low gravity, a microgravity environment. That's so cool. That Widowmine just spun out after getting shot down by the Hydras. Drop in the north, still dancing around, but the Spores and Queens are covering the main very well. And this is looking like a huge Hydra Bane timing. There's no tanks out just yet. This is really bad. He did retarget his Widowmines, MARU, but they weren't able to fire in time. That Baneling gets right on top of his Marines. His Widowmine does friendly fire. I mean, this is an absolute slaughter And Rogue's just going to get in here. And a clean sweep, and a dominant clean sweep. I wouldn't even say a particularly competitive series. Rogue just shuts down MARU, and MARU is going to be getting pushed out of this winners match. No easy path through to the next group stage. Rogue cuts through this group like a knife through hot butter. That was way too easy for Rogue. Goes out in first place.